hit you from the other side of the rift, it's just not going to be as effective, which is why Gwen can act as an effective front-to-back style teamfight comp, especially in these long-range compositions. The problem is when that miss doesn't fact, this is a guaranteed first blood. But, oh, the dive.
All right, 2v1, Yawn popping the barrier, needs to stay alive here. Kaiwing, one more shot might just kill him. First blood over to Yawn in the 1v2. On this first pack of the grubs, but still a slight advantage for the TL side. Hongq, good job again with the buffer through the seismic shove to dash away. They want to make sure they can get that crash. The biggest individual gold lead in the game does belong to Impact. This is the nature of
Unstoppable. He connected the ultimate onto APA, and then the flash in from Kaiwing to provide that support. Rest though, he may have always said he's welcome. The TP coming through.
Yep, Umpty and Impact trying to put the work into him here. They need to use the last cast of the Gwen ulti and cut him down. Now the TP from Hongq. Impact doing a good job.
Here comes the ulti from APA.
Okay, Weaver's Wall's gonna fly in there, but it's not doing a whole lot here just yet. CoreJJ trying to make sure that Hongq can't get up towards the rest of CFO. TP is going to get committed. CFO, they've already claimed 2 of the grubs. Team Liquid trying to go in for some kind of a play. Yes, they knock Hongq up into the air, but what else do they even get? Nothing.
This is going to be another contribution to the feats of strength. And I think that this is wise from Team Liquid. They don't feel confident enough to go for the fight right now. Umpty will be spotted out, but I don't really think Kaiwing can punish this.
He stole away some little chickens. That's something. Doggo tries to follow it up. First Mystic shot gets blocked by a chicken. Yawn and Umpty still need to run away from this one, I would have to think. Doggo trying to fire him into Yawn, but it's Umpty caught out, punished.
Tools, but right now CFO setting up for a dive.
Yep, they want to focus where the Talia is as APA is ready to ride away. CoreJJ with the grand exit, but it's not grand enough. APA needs to keep on kiting, but CFO wants to keep fighting. A nice seismic shove to knock Junja away.
They get the flash out from APA as well, and that's going to be first tower secured. So this early game has only
back team fighting that you can set up that TL hasn't had an answer for yet. Now let's see where the Herald fight goes, as CoreJJ is going to be in some trouble here at the very start. Herald low, but not low enough, down to a little bit under 4,000 health. Impact makes his way down into the river now, as Kaiwing could be in some danger. A nice seismic shove, flinging him back into the unraveled earth. Kaiwing still burning. Team Liquid on the chase, but no kill secured. Impact would have needed another needle, and he finally finds it. Stitches up the body bag and out.
Third dragon of the game, quickly going down.
Yeah, 6,000 HP remaining on that one. Rip Carol going to be summoned up in mid lane as a response. Dragon already down to 1,500. Team Liquid is too late to the party. Nothing's going to happen. It is down to 40% HP. Nobody from TL is close. Impact's going to make a TP nearby. CFO, surely they've already got this. Team Liquid caught completely unaware. CFO takes the Otacon, no challenge.
Just a fantastic play from CFO. The level of awareness as Hongq now in a bit of danger. Umpty on the flank.
Ooh, Doggo clearing out the control ward here. Junja jumping
Umpty
over the wall. Umpty, instead of finding an opportunity, only finds a grave. Junja jumping right back towards him. Another Vault Breaker is going to be needed to get Umpty away. Immediately they turn it right back at Hongq. He gets the shuffle, but it only hits Umpty. Yawn and Core have to try to get away, but CFO have already found the first kill here in the fight. Kaiwing looking for something into the back line, and he grabs APA. That mid laner from Team Liquid, so very low, but not quite dead. Kaiwing taking everything as one final Void Seeker finds the mark. It's Yawn versus Doggo, and a little bit more damage is going to get it done with the Acathian Rain. Impact keeping Junja and Rest busy as Yawn continues disengaging. Rest with the flash forward for the Intofo strikes as Yawn with a supercharger has to try to get away. Impact finally shut down by Hongq as APA and Core try to get out, and Rest kills Yawn. CFO scrapping with Team Liquid in this battle.
What a crazy skirmish around the blue buff. Rest interrupting the backs.
Rest in a little bit of danger here, potentially.
He's in a lot of danger.
APA needs a lot more damage because Rest is still Cassante. He's still just walking away from most of it. He's still using the Pathmaker to block any CC, and he'll walk it off. Dragon Soul claim CFO.
Good damage comes out from Doggo as that tower is sure to fall now. But the Otacon as well, equalizing a lot of the experience deficits.
Team Liquid looking to try to stop this. Baron at half HP. Impact zoned away by Rest. Junja tagged by the Void Seeker, but the Baron's already down to 3K. Into the pit goes CoreJJ. A lot of damage given to Hongq, but he keeps himself alive here with the stasis. Baron secured by the side of CFO. They gotta try to keep getting away, as now Impact has to jump back over the wall, and Rest is doing a great job zoning everybody out. Umpty is already dead. Team Liquid, they lost the Baron. They lost their jungler. They're about to lose even even more. A seismic shove is mistimed, and APA is dead. Junja and the rest of CFO in hot pursuit as a Mystic Shot finds another kill. Team Liquid lose everything, and CFO leaves them with nothing left.
Hongq just feels unkillable. His use of the Zhonyas, the slide and glide to get away to safety as the front line of CFO just refuses to fall. The Baron, the inhibitor, they set their sights on the Nexus.
And it doesn't look like there's a lot TL can say about it. It's a full 5-man push from CFO. The first Nexus turret is already down, and Kaiwing on the front line has no intention of joining it. Umpty's gonna fall yet again. Another shuffle guarantees an ace for CFO, and they'll take game 1.
Incredible stuff from CFO.
Matchup as we wait for the last couple of seconds. Ooh. And okay, Driver is not going frontline. He has accepted the Battler challenge in the top lane. It is now Jax versus Gangplank.
I mean, it's like Impact to me.
First blood for Impact on the Jax. The cannon barrage is coming down. The Drake is secured though by TL. Doggo.
This tower. CFO in a lot of danger here is TL.
CoreJJ jumping in with a steadfast presence. They immediately go after Kaiwing.
Nice ulti from Doggo.
Doggo
really
knocking him back. Meanwhile, it's APA interfering with Junja down here towards the Drake. Hongq stepping up, gives them enough time to secure it this time around. They cannot steal it away on TL's side like they did with the first one. Nice cover from CFO.
Oh, Driver really getting ahead in the matchup now. Trading beautifully. As Impact, even though he has his 2 kills, Driver, ooh, isn't this just a kill?
Yeah, I think that's probably just a kill, Thaddeus, as there comes the cannon barrage, there goes!
I mean, you mentioned disrespect, and like, that is crazy disrespectful that he even contested the wave there. Such an easy kill for Driver, getting CFO on the kill board.
Oop. Now the flash away, Driver in some danger with a Mega Inferno Bomb coming down. A little bit more damage is needed. Driver lives through it. This guy is making the difference for CFO. CoreJJ burning down to about 40% HP, but it's only Leona and Maokai. Yeah, this guy is absolutely out of control right now. You love to see it for CFO.
Mitigate the Q damage. The ultimate into the Q cooldown, even if he gets the level. I mean, he even flashed.
Yeah, it was nothing but a tragedy up there in that top side, as now a TP coming in bottom. Impact staying alive this time. Wants to keep the pressure on Driver as the rest of his team shows up. The recall about to complete for Kaiwing, nicely stopped by Umpty just in time. You could see that channel about to complete as Driver ready to get himself away with a defensive TP. Umpty just, it takes a little while for Sejuani to kill someone.
Ziggs has something to say about it.
Nope, not quite. That first turret barely in time, but barely is enough. That one claimed by CFO up there in the top.
Plus Maokai, all the utility in the world, the Gangplank ultimate as well.
CoreJJ getting jumped on here as Kaiwing and Doggo just pouring the damage into the Poppy. Buster shot. Arms of his 80 carry and jungler means he will not die there. So again, TL gets nothing. The counter flash from Yawn. Yawn still losing about 3/4 HP on that Mega Inferno Bomb. Connects, but only on the outer rim to Doggo and Kaiwing. APA using his teleport to make his way into the fight now, but a nice buster shot coming out from Doggo, staying alive for now, but it won't matter. Damage there for Team Liquid to make it happen. Hongq now needs to try to get away. APA, Core, and Umpty coming in to try to stop him, but Hongq knows if he kills the Corki, none of the other two can kill him instead. A lot of CC done to Hongq. He critically gets away just in time, and Junja's already killed APA. Core's trying to eject the enemy players, but it's a little bit too late. Finally, a kill back on Hongq comes out from Yawn, but Umpty is gunned down by Doggo. Core trying to get away from Kaiwing and Driver, but Doggo's ready to back him up. Impact jumps in after the enemy AD carry, but he jumps only to his own demise. Another bullet might just take him down as Junja's gonna cut off Yawn, and Team Liquid absolutely falls to pieces.
To not try and run, but to turn and fight against the impending Team Liquid squad.
Last team fight damage dealt to champions. A Gangplank ulti raining down on top of everybody for a little while. That's going to do that for you. Here we go with a Maokai ulti flying out. Finds a root into Umpty and Core. Not a whole lot more than that. Nice deny on the barrel there from Umpty. Jumps back in, wants to go after Driver. Throws out the ulti from the Sejuani, but it's not going to get a whole lot more. Impact continuing the chase. Driver has no oranges. Hongq trying to escape. Driver's gonna get gunned down, and now, can they turn anything else around? Impact's next to die, and Core tackles it on top of Junja. Now he's gotta be careful about his own health bar as Umpty charges forward, but where's the backup? Doggo fires back, APA's got a ton of health, but where's the rest of the backup for him? Now another re-engage coming out from Honkyu and Kaiwing, and they're gonna take out APA. Doggo's ready to grab more. He takes down 2. Umpty's left in 9X. Doggo just destroyed.
But it ends up falling disastrous once more. CFO
all the time. Team Liquid, whether they're short by an inch or short by a mile, they are coming up short as another Maokai ulti flies in. Another death for APA. Another march down mid for CFO. And this game might be closer to the end than we might think, Vedius. Impact and Umpty trying to get something back, but the ulti is a whip. CFO want even more as Doggo jumps over the wall. Impact can't do anything to stop him. And CFO, they've taken the tier 2. They're gonna march it up to the Baron, and who's gonna stop them?
Doggo flashes the icon of the Flash Wolves. The iconic team from the LMS. I mean, this is the new breed from APAC. The young, promising mid laner. The veterans of Junja, Doggo. I mean, this roster coming together and just defying expectations. Yes, they fell short to Hanwha Life. Yes.
And they're just running into the enemy jungle, setting down vision, choking Team Liquid out of the rift. Umpty has no choice but to retreat, because you never know how close the rest of the team is right behind Kaiwing. Doggo and Honkyu putting the work into the tier 2 in the bottom lane, while Driver gets the wave pushed up in mid. Honkyu and Doggo now ready to threaten onto the tier 3 bottom. APA can't do a lot to defend, and now it's Umpty caught out, burst down before anything else even happens. CFO 5v4 for the next 45 seconds.
They can keep playing through these 2 lanes, splitting Team Liquid up. Their wave clear is good thanks to Yon. Honkyu sets his sights on the mid lane. Just going to be clearing out some vision, but this bot lane tower is sure to fall, and it will. The inhibitor soon to follow.
There it goes. Inhibitor down in the bottom lane. Mid about to be treated the same. CFO looking to just end the game here. Doggo jumping forward, completely unafraid, has the lifesteal to trade and heal right back up. He wants to keep going in. May have gone a little bit too far. Shut down over to Impact. Ever forward, and CFO are about to close this game. APA collapsed on with a twisted advance. He's dead before he fires a shot. Core, Umpty, and Impact all scatter as the Mega Inferno Bomb hits Doggo. But again, it's not enough. Umpty's gonna die to the explosive charge. Impact locked up by Junja, Kaiwing, and Driver. He'll fight for a second, but he's not getting away from this one. The stasis won't save him, and Junja's gonna erase him. Now Honkyu back in the enemy base. He knows they're ready to end this one. They're ready to end the game. They're ready to end the series. They're ready to end Team Liquid. CFO getting it done, and getting it done clean. Core's the only man alive, and what is Support Poppy gonna do against the Yone and the Gangplank that have been running the show since 15 minutes? GG CFO, 2-0.
So many close moments for TL, right? Like so many near kills, so many chases that ended up empty-handed. And it felt like, for me, my biggest takeaway for TL is, why'd you put Yun on now another champion, his first time playing it in Tier 1, the Ziggs, instead of putting him on an AD carry where he could pop off and carry like he did leading up until today?
Yeah, maybe like an AD carry who scales well, has a lot of range, has resets, you know, maybe like a Tristana that we saw from Doggo. I mean, really be a carry performance for him.
It's a genius transition, Ox, because Doggo was smurfing on Tristana in our HyperX Reflex replay. And if you for some reason missed it, we can watch it one more time. Very long, drawn-out fight, and at the end of the day, a lot of heroic moments here from a lot of different players, but Doggo still the star.
Yeah, it ended up being like a super scrappy one. This is when CFO were ahead, but the fight didn't start super favorably. We saw the GP going down, but in these messier fights, a champion like Tristana really has an opportunity to shine, and it becomes so close, so many low health bars. But it's this moment here where Kaiwing turns around onto APA. He's the only one with a significant health bar. They manage to burst him down, and then he goes for the play.
The terrifying thing against Tristana, too, even when she's low health like this, is all these low health bars means Tristana can get jump resets over and over and over again. Fantastic ult here from Doggo. Really guarantees the cleanup there. He ends up getting a triple, I believe, in the end on that one. just a phenomenal performance from him. Great performance once again by Driver in the top lane. And this is the only team in this tournament that's really utilizing 2 players in a specific role. We very rarely see that throughout the extension of a tournament. Sometimes in international events, it's for like day 1 or day 2, and you're trying to figure out a new patch. We had a lot of big changes coming into first stand, of course, but it doesn't feel like there's necessarily a clear theme as to when Driver is in or not. But when he is in, he plays really well.
And I think also when we talk about Fearless, you know, as you get deeper into Fearless, when they do get to like best of 5s, being able to switch when, you know, one player's champion pool's been hammered away at to another player can be a really strong strategic advantage.
Yeah, and I think for CFO, we just need to see how high that ceiling goes, right? Taking down so many different teams. HLE obviously still a tall task, but if they can take down TES tomorrow, they're looking like the clear second best team in this tournament, and I don't think anyone's going to be able to dispute that. For now, though, we need to take a look at our upcoming matchup, KC versus the aforementioned HLE, and KC fans sweating. But ultimately, after yesterday, they have been instilled with a little bit more confidence.
I think this was such a huge series for them. It was a lot of doom and gloom after the first 2 matchups, but managing to take down top esports, getting this big upset, was just huge when hope seemed to have gone away, and we saw a level of play that we'd really missed from them. I think ultimately, you know, the expectations were quite high coming into this, but we know they're not as experienced at internationals compared to G2, and just seeing them deliver on what we saw domestically was so big, and so big for the confidence. Today's a bigger challenge, but they've shown that they came here and eventually managed to play a game like they have done regionally.
Yeah, I mean, this team has always been great mechanically. Like, the hands are fantastic, right, in the mechanics, but I feel like this is the first game that we saw from them all tournament long where they actually had a great read in the early game. Yike, masterclass performance across both games, and they just looked a lot more cohesive. I don't know what changed, but perhaps finally got adjusted to the jet lag. Finally, we're starting to actually get the practice that they needed to get back into shape. It looked like a completely different beast.
Definitely did. I think one matchup, excuse me, just lost English there for a second, so downloading the patch. Okay, one matchup I'm especially excited for, Kana versus Zeus. Obviously, I have a ton of history, but I think across even the losses, even those tough first 2 days, Kana really was that rock for this team. Now going up against, I've called him the best player in the world a few times, and I have yet to regret that statement. Like, this man is a monster.
Now, remember, Zeus replaced Kana on T1. Then Kana went into Nongshim, right, and was one of Nongshim's worst years, one of Kana's worst years. And I think a lot of people were like, Kana's done, right? This guy's not going to recover. Came back on KC, main character for this team in a lot of big moments. So far in days 1 and 2, felt like the only character, the only one getting relevant things done. You look at his stats here across the tournament, really strong. The problem is going to this matchup, though, that the strongest top laner, the guy who's called the GOAT of top lane, has stronger stats and is by far the best top laner in the tournament. So your strong point has a stronger point on the opposition.
I think ultimately, though, to play safe, to play a more defensive pick, to try and neutralize Zeus might even be a mistake. I think as much as Zeus is a phenomenal top laner, and I give him the edge in this matchup, you need Kana to challenge him. I think you need to show up. If you pick like a tank, we've seen KC not really work when Kana's on these picks. Yes, it's a long shot, but, you know, in a matchup like this, I think if you play defensive, you're just going to lose and give Zeus free reign. Challenge him, put some jungle pressure there. Zeus has been known to sometimes be disrespectful of the enemy jungler. But if you let him have a matchup like this, he will just take over the game.
It was one gigantic highlight reel through all of that series yesterday. I mean, even when it was the Rumble, a more standard matchup, and then into the Vladimir, this guy is terrifying. But I think for KC fans, they're pretty excited, especially about jungle. You brought up Yike earlier. And we took a look at the stats, and I think that they tell a pretty clear story about what we might need from Yike, especially in the champ select department.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing for me was when he was playing picks where he had to kind of be, he's a little bit squishier, right, on the Vi, especially the brand. He had to be the one who's carrying and actually really making the big plays. He struggled, but when he was facilitating plays, the Sejuani, right, the Ivern, the Skarner, these are picks where he's actually set his team up incredibly well, especially in the early game. You could see a massive difference in the stats. And for me, I saw him in that emotional press conference. He was like, got asked, like, you know, why aren't you playing like what we saw from you in the LEC? Kind of disappointing performance from you. And he basically didn't have an answer. He's like, look, we're not playing as well as we know we can. And to have him have that bounce back, come on the desk with you guys as well, and to clearly be jazzed up and ready for a really tough matchup has got to be feeling good for the KC fans.
Such a confidence boost as well against a jungler like Kanavi, who's such a veteran established jungler, to have a performance like that. Going up against Peanut, similar in terms of his reputation, but Peanut, you know, throughout his career, especially like more recently in the LCK, he's still had those moments, those games where he's kind of been out of form, he can be challenged. So I think Yike, if he's playing at his best and Peanut has a bit of a poor performance, we could see KC have the advantage in that matchup.